opinions and views expressed in the following program are those of the speakers and the host, and do not necessarily reflect those of Yoakley Scott Corporation and your sports network. And hello, everybody. Welcome inside a Tuesday episode of Running Point on ysnlive.com, brought to you by our good friends over at Greenwood Chevrolet in Austin Town. I'm going to go ahead and put them in the top right-hand corner so you know where to go if you are in the market for a new or used vehicle. Let's get them up in the screen. Right here. Boop. Greenwood Chevrolet. Go check them out. Like I said, they go the extra mile for you. We try to do the same here on the show every single day. And one of the ways we do that is our player profiles that we get to feature on the show and coaches' corners during the season preview section of the year. And we will continue to do that today. We have soccer today because we're talking soccer tournament time, right? So it's only natural that we go into a soccer player profile. Ava Blinsky from Poland, going to be the player that is featured on today's show. Poland with a win last night over who'd they beat? We'll go in the scoreboard and we'll find out who they beat. They definitely got a win. Lakeview. They beat Lakeview 2-0. It just popped in my head. I was like, it just went whoop. They beat Lakeview 2-0. The conference hope's still technically alive. Poland is 10-1-1 in the league, and Niles is 10-1. So Niles has one more conference game against Girard. However unlikely it is, the way that Niles has been playing, if they do fall against Girard, Poland would take the conference. If they don't, it is all the Dragons. So we'll see how that goes. But that was Poland's conference finale, I believe. They might have one more. No, they do. They have Hubbard still on their schedule. No, that's South Range. Oh, geez. No, I think it is Poland's last. Once again, we'll check when we go to the scoreboard. But Poland's Ava Blinsky, the whole point of that, Ava Blinsky is the player profile that we're going to feature on today's show. Going to have a little bit of a different format because we are also going to be talking about the soccer tournament time. We'll go over the seedings and the brackets just like yesterday that we did for volleyball. So what we're going to do first, though, is we are going to go into the scoreboard. I think we'll have time for this real quick. It's not going to be a heavy scoreboard. There weren't a ton of games last night compared to how busy most nights are, at least during the regular season. A lot of teams winding down their year. Scoreboard is presented by Burnett Pool Spas and Hot Tubs, and here's what it looks like for yesterday, Monday. Howland goes into Girard, upsets the Indians on senior night. Last home game for the Indians. They can officially say that because they got the 5 seed in Division 5. But the Tigers spoil the night. 3-2, they get the win in 5, a big one for Howland, coming back from down 2-1 in the match. Heartland Christian beats Jackson Milton in 3. We have Crestview, they beat Boardman in 3, but Boardman can now officially say, for what it's worth, that they've scored more points than anybody has this year against Crestview. Champion, they get the win over East 3-0. Union falls to Mohawk 3-0. St. John gets the win over Jefferson in straight sets. Palatine Valley straight set sweep over Brookfield. Warren JFK gets the 5-set victory over Southeast 3-2. Stroll back over Columbiana with another conference sweep. They beat Southern in 3 sets. Ursuline gets revenge on South Range. They win 3-1 over the Raiders. East Palestine, they get the sweep over Sebring 3-0, the final in that one. Warren Harding, they get the sweep over Cheney. Wyndham gets swept by Waterloo 3-0. Lakeview bounces back from their loss against Girard on Thursday. They beat Middle Ridge in straight sets. Reagan Price is the new record holder for kills in a career at Lakeview. She gets kill number 1,112, which puts her into the record books in that category. Beaver gets another win on the road as they go to Laurel and win in straight sets. Newton Falls beats Badger on the road, 3-1 the final score there. Garfield gets the 4-set victory over Rootstown. A thriller in Camel as the Red Devils pull out the 5-set victory over Mooney. Three out of the 5 sets went into extra points. 28-26 set and 2 separate 27-25 sets in this one. Western Reserve gets the straight set victory over Matthews, and last but not least, Hoban with another sweep over North Royalton. Boys soccer looks like this. Heartland Christian gets the 3-1 win over Brookfield. Camel with a 5-0 shutout over Liberty. Champion gets the win over Columbiana 3-0. Salem with the shutout of Crestview 6-0. Jackson Milton gets the 2-1 win over Matthews. LeBray gets the 5-1 win over Lordstown. Waterloo with the 4-0 win over with the 4-0 loss to Chippewa. Badger edges out Grand Valley 2-1. Lakeside falls to Perry 5-1 on the girls' side. Niles gets the big victory over South Range 7-0. Carrington Stanford has 6 out of the 7 goals for the Dragons. West Branch dominates Ursuline 4-0. That is the end of their regular season. They look forward to a tournament matchup with Ravenna on October 14th. Mohawk gets beaten by Eden Christian 1-0. Beaver gets the win over Ambridge 6-1. Hoban is going to tie with Avon Lake. No score in that one, so it's a 0-0 tie. Orange gets the win over Perry 2-0. East Liverpool with a big victory over Madonna 10-0, the final score in that one. Garrettsville Garfield falls to Brookfield 3-0. Crestview gets beat by Champion 7-0. Columbiana beats LeBray 4-0. Newton Falls gets beat by Springfield 9-0. Girard falls to Southeast 4-1, the final score there. Chippewa beats Waterloo 6-0 on the girls' side. Hubbard is the winner over Struthers 6-0. Lakeview falls to Poland 2-0. Fitch with the win over Warren Harding 1-0. Howland gets the 4-0 win over Boardman. Louisville edges out Independence 2-0. Warren JFK gets the win over Lake Center Christian. That is a 6-0 final. And then last but not least, Badger gets the 3-1 win over Grand Valley. So that is your scoreboard for the day, brought to you by Burnett Pools, Spas, and Hot Tubs. We'll come back to it in a little bit when we preview the night's action. But for now, we're going to go right into our player profile section of the show. We'll take a break after that, and then we'll come back and talk about the brackets for soccer. So don't go anywhere. It's going to be a fun show. the rest of the way. But first and foremost, here's our player profile feature of the day, Ava Blinsky from Poland Girls Soccer. Here we're joined by a Poland girls soccer player profile, senior Ava Blinsky joining us. Ava, thank you so much for taking the time to join us. So let's talk about it. Senior year, it's your last ride. How have you kind of dealt with the emotions and the mentality that senior year can bring?
It's very sad coming to an end, but there's also many good outcomes that and opportunities that I'm excited for this year.
What were some kind of goals you set your senior year? Some things you wanted to do before you graduated Poland?
Well, I definitely want to go further in playoffs. That has been a big thing. We went far my sophomore year, but I truly believe we can go further this year.
You know, you've been a part of a very successful soccer program over the last 4 years. What kind of legacy do you think you and the fellow seniors are trying to leave, and the things you can teach to the next generation so the program keeps building after you're gone?
Yeah, like I said, we made history my sophomore year going to the regional final, and I think this year we can go further and set that goal for ongoing years.
The one other part about being a senior is you're also asked to lead a lot. So talk about your leadership and how you've been able to kind of grow into that role. I know you had a big senior class last year as well. So how were you able to kind of step into a leadership role and try to lead the team as much as possible?
Yeah, well, being a captain now, I've always had many players I've looked up to, and I want to be that person for all my younger players. And I truly think that I have a good bond with them, and that's really important to me because that shows on and off the field.
How would you describe your leadership, qualities? What kind of leader do you think you are on the field?
I think I'm more positive. We get our moments with each other because we're all so close, but I try to maintain positivity throughout the game, and I think that helps a lot.
How cool is it to be a part of a team where you, like you said, you are so close, you can have those moments because you guys know you love each other and you're a family. So what's it like to be on a team where you're not really scared to kind of have those leadership moments where maybe you have to call out somebody or you have to tell somebody, hey, yeah, you got to be here or whatever it may be, but you're so close that it doesn't matter.
Yeah, it really doesn't matter. We all know deep down we're close enough to give each other that advice and not take it personal.
Let's talk about your soccer journey. When did you start the sport, and when did you fall in love with it?
Well, played soccer I think I started when I was 5, and I have been playing club since middle school, maybe even younger than that. But I've loved it ever since.
What were some things about the sport that you love? What were some things that got you hooked to it and made you keep coming back to it every year?
Well, I loved scoring, and I loved everyone I played with, travel, all the I've been playing with these girls for a while now, a lot of them.
You love scoring. Do you think scoring a goal in soccer is like the best feeling in sports? Do you think that's the one that you can't really get over?
Yeah, and assists. I think they both play their parts.
When you think about all the talent on this team, it's widespread. You don't have to look far to find it. What kind of pressure does that take off you, knowing that you have teammates that can go out there and do their job as well? We've talked about how close you are off the field, but on the field, you guys work together as a unit, and you're all good at your own stuff. So, what kind of pressure does that take off of you to just go out there and play your game and execute your role on the team?
A lot because I can trust them, and I said, we all trust each other, and it's just easier to work together.
When you think about the school life in Poland, it's your senior year in the school as well. What have been some of your favorite subjects and things to study so far?
So far, I'm liking English. I like to write, and I like economics because it's fun.
Now, is have you set up your senior season where it's just like, hey, I've gotten all my credits down and I can kind of coast through senior year? Or do you still have some hard classes to take care of before you graduate?
Mine's kind of easy, just anatomy, is my like really hard class for me right now.
What does that do for you as an athlete to know that like you put in the work and now this is a year where not saying you can just cut off school, you still have work to do, but you can kind of focus a lot more on soccer than you could maybe your last 3 years because the course load is a little bit lighter.
Yeah, it definitely takes a lot of pressure off of me, but like still I still have a lot of studying to do, but I like focusing on both.
We've talked about your favorite subjects. What about one subject that has made you work really hard, that really made you knuckle down and really drive through that class to get a good grade?
This year,
Any year was like the hardest class you've had in your high school career.
probably chem. I really don't like science. Yeah.
How did you get through it? What were some things you did to kind of get yourself through that hard class?
Well, me and my friends would always go and study and try to work together to help each other understand.
Everyone kind of learns differently. Everyone has different study habits. What are some things that you do to kind of get yourself locked in as far as that goes? Are you a note cards person? Are you a memorization? Do you take notes in a book? Well, what kind of things do you do? What works best for you?
Definitely notes and like Quizlet note cards help me the most.
When we talk about you off the field and outside of the school, what are some of your other interests? What kind of things do you spend your time doing when you're not playing soccer or working on schoolwork?
I like to work out. I like hanging out with my friends. Yeah.
Workout. What's your favorite workout?
Well, I usually like legs at the gym and cardio.
What's your least favorite? The one that like you really got to push yourself through.
Arms, really. I
Love
really
it.
like doing arms.
You're in the perfect sport for it, right?
Yeah.
When you think about things that you're proud of yourself for, when you graduate, you're going to walk down that aisle, you're going to get your diploma, you're going to reflect on everything you've been able to do, whether it be on the field or maybe something that you did in the school. What are some things that you're going to be really proud of yourself that you were able to accomplish before you graduate?
Well, I'm really proud of myself for like overcoming my injury last year and dealing with going to school too on crutches for so long and dealing with all the schoolwork because junior year was actually hard. Plus, having an injury, it was tough. So,
Let's talk about that a little bit more. Having that injury and being able to come back from it, that's a grind, not just physically, but mentally too. What were some factors in being able to come back from it?
yeah, well, ever since my injury, I've heard from multiple people that like it's going to be my mental state when I'm playing, and like I've like brushed it off, but like now that I'm back, it is true, and I feel like every game like I improve more, but it is like a hard stage to get through.
Is it kind of like trusting that you're healthy? Is that the block there? Like having to trust that you can do the things that you used to be able to do?
Yeah, I feel like I'm just more in my head of like being comfortable playing because like I didn't play for like a year. Like I played a little bit of club, but not much. And like I just was not confident, but I feel like I'm becoming more confident throughout all the games.
With all the therapy and work and rehab you have to do to come back from that, something has to drive you to get back. What made you work so hard to get back on the field?
Well, I didn't start my season or end my season last year, and it was the worst feeling ever. I hated it. And I always like wanted to push myself to like get back to where I was because of how I felt.
I want to talk about role models that you have in life because you are a leader. We've talked about your leadership skills and you learn how to lead from the people in your life. So, who are some people that you think have really taught you how to be a leader and taught you what it means to be a role model now that you're one of the seniors that people look up to?
Definitely my parents, and even though my friend Sophia is the same age, I still look up to her. And one of my closest friends that was a senior, Avery, 2 years ago, Grisha, I looked up to her the most when I was a freshman, and that's who I want to be for the younger players.
When you look up to Avery when you were a freshman and she graduates and now it's your turn, what kind of things do you think that you look back on and say, I lead like her because I had her on my team?
Yeah, well, we were like really close, and she was a good role model to all of us, I think. And she really showed it on and off the field, and that's how I want to be.
All right, I want to have some fun rapid fire questions before we let you go. My first one is favorite dessert. I know athletes like to eat healthy, they like to keep themselves in shape, but you got to have some sweet tooth. So, what's your favorite dessert?
Ice cream.
What is something that well first wait ice cream favorite flavor?
Cotton candy.
Yeah, there you go. All right, so what is one thing that you probably spend more money on than you should?
Clothes and shoes.
We see the shoes right next to you.
Yeah.
What was your last kind of impulse buy? You're out there, you weren't looking for it maybe, and it caught your eye and you had to have it.
Well, I just bought this zip up that I didn't need, just got it.
Yeah, I love it. What's the favorite store? Like you're saying you're so good at getting clothes and shoes. What's the go-to place?
I like to shop at Urban Outfitters. That's probably my favorite.
All right, let's talk about family inside the household. So, what makes your family special to you?
Well, we're all crazy. I have three younger siblings. They're all doing their thing, so it's just everywhere, basically.
What's it like being the oldest? You have three younger siblings that are all kind of going through what you've already gone through.
Right. Well, I don't know. I want to be there for them, and I want to be like a good role model as well for them.
What's we love our siblings, but there's always they know how to get on our buttons more than anybody. So what's the one thing that they can do to always kind of the ick, the thing that they do to get on you?
Both my sisters take my clothes every day. I can't. I am so defensive over my clothes.
Guys, I spent a lot of money on this stuff. Come on.
Yeah.
What about one thing, now that we kind of threw some shade, what about one thing that you love about your sisters the most?
Well, I'm closer with my sister. She's a sophomore, but probably because she will always like have my back with everything. And now that we're closer, like we relate more.
All right, Ava, one of the things that we do to end these player profiles, we take the player and we give them the chance to take the limelight off themselves a little bit. We've talked about your sisters, and we wanted you to talk about some other people in your life. Give out some thank you, some shout outs to the people that support you and the ones that you wouldn't be where you are without.
Thank you to my mom and my dad, my whole family actually, and all my coaches. They're very supportive, and all my friends.
Ava, thank you so much for taking the time to join us today. We appreciate your time. Wish you the best of luck the rest of the senior season, and we can't wait to talk again real soon.
Thank you.
Ava Blinsky from Poland joining us for the player profile, and what a great interview that was. And Poland girls soccer has been good for a long time, and she's one of the big reasons why, and the leadership that she has instilled this year is probably a big reason why they're going to continue to be good if it goes the way that everyone expects them to. I mean, Poland is always going to be a very good girls soccer team, good women athletes across the board, soccer, basketball, softball. They excel at all of them. And good leaders like Ava Blinsky are a big reason why. So now we will take a break on Running Point. When we come back, soccer continues as we talk about tournament time. We'll bring up the seeds and the brackets for boys and girls soccer. Boys especially, but girls, if we have time, we'll do that. If not, we'll break it into 2 days. We'll see how it goes. But we'll be back on Running Point, brought to you by Greenwood Chevrolet in Austintown.
21 News delivers the news as it happens, using the latest technology from where it happens.
Live here outside the Mahoney County.
On air, online,
Wednesday afternoon weather update.
Very dangerous.
and on the 21 News social media platforms.
I'm on the road right now.
21 News, the Valley's only locally owned source for trusted news since 1953.
Craftsmanship to us is 60 years of pride and dedication.
Passed down from generation to generation.
The hardwood floors that your kids take their first steps on
the solid wood doors you quietly close at night.
The things we create day in and day out are the products that end up turning your house into a home.
At Baird Brothers Fine Hardwoods, uncompromising quality and craftsmanship built our business.
And it will keep us moving forward for generations to come.
Going the extra mile at Greenwood Chevrolet means we want to take care of the community that takes care of us too.
And we have to work together always. And that's how you stay in business for 40 years.
You know, I love being a helper because when I help somebody, it makes me feel good.
It means a lot that I can make a difference in others' lives.
So I will do everything I can and just being there for them every step of the way.
I want them to know within the first 5 minutes that they could depend on me. That's what going the extra mile means, only at Greenwood Chevrolet.
Before the lights come on, before the workday begins, before a long day is ended, or it's time to have fun. It all starts with the people at Joe Dickey Electric. From replacing a light fixture in your home to building a substation for your business, no job is too big or too small. The people of Joe Dickey Electric power them all. Joe Dickey Electric, over 60 years of powering the Mahoning Valley.
Welcome back to Running Point on ysnlive.com, brought to you by our good friends that you heard from during that break, Greenwood Chevrolet in Austintown. They go the extra mile for you. We try to do the same here on this show every single day, and we did that with a player profile today with Ava Blinsky, the Poland girls soccer senior. And now we're going to transition into tournament talk. We're going to go into the Northeast District database and check out the boys soccer tournament outlook, and we will start by telling you that we have no YSN teams in Division 1, so we get to skip that division. We're not going to talk about it. If you're interested in how that division aligns, NEDAB, you Google it, you click on it, you find boys soccer, and it's a great tool to get all you need from that. You can see the seedings right here, and all the Northeast brackets are in one spot. I find it's a lot easier than using the big OHSAA site, because then you have to kind of navigate through all the brackets throughout the state. And this one, it's confined to just the Northeast District, so it's a lot easier to navigate. And you can find the seedings here too, which not available on the OHSAA main website. We'll start with Division 2, where we only have 2 YSN teams, so it'll be a quick talk. As you see, Austintown Fitch there as the 12 seed, sandwiched between North Royalton and Lakewood in Division 2. And then Boardman is down here at the 24 seed. They are sandwiched between Valley Forge and Warren Harding. So that's how our Division 2 teams kind of line up. Let's go see what bracket they fall into. We'll just have to check all of them to see where they go, because Washington, there's Warren Harding. There's Boardman right there. They're going to be playing against North Royalton, the 11th seed, on October 22nd. That'll be at North Royalton. District championship for this one's going to be at Elyria. Austintown Fitch is in Northeast 2 right there, and they're right in the district semifinal. There you go. Only 4 teams in this bracket. So Austintown Fitch as the 12 seed, they'll play the 14 seed Bexview Broadview Heights, which means Fitch will be at home. And then the district championship will be at Elyria as well, and that'll be against the winner of North Ridgeville and Normandy. And if the numbers play out, it'll be North Ridgeville, and it shouldn't be close, 3 versus 28. So Austintown Fitch has 1 win away from a district championship berth and 2 wins away from the title. Let's go into Division 3 and check out the seedings in Division 3. They look like this. Reminder, this is boys soccer. After we're done here, we'll go over to the girls soccer side. Lake Catholic gets the 1 seed, then Twinsburg, then Revere, Avon Lake, Westlake, CVCA, University, Aurora, Highland, Rocky River, Cloverleaf, Howland comes in. Howland, the outright AAC champions. They're still sitting at the 12 seed. That might be a little bit underseeded for the Tigers. They could really make some noise in this tournament, although Division 3 is very tough. You see Canfield right below Howland. Those two teams played each other tight all season long, so no shocker that they're right next to each other. Hawken, Kenston, Chardon, Harvey, Talmadge, Chagrin Falls, Alliance, Marlington, Norton, Roosevelt, Madison. Louisville YSN team comes in at number 25. Then we go to NDCL, Mayfield, Brush, North. Bedford, Archbishop Hoban comes in at number 31. Lake, Worcester, Copley, Padua, Franciscan. Buckeye, Salem comes in at number 37. Akron, Springfield, Geneva, Northwest. Midview, Streetsboro, Willoughby South. Benedictine, Lutheran West, Firestone, Akron Garfield, Garrett Morgan, Nordonia, Ashtabula Lakeside comes in at number 50, St. Vincent, St. Mary, Garfield Heights, and then Ellett. So the biggest bracket we've seen so far out of volleyball or soccer is Division 3 has 53 teams in the Northeast District. And that's why you see so many Division 3 brackets. In fact, 6 Northeast brackets in Division 3. In the Northeast 1 bracket, we have NDCL atop with Akron North awaiting them. University School down there. Norton, Buckeye, Canfield sits as the 13 seed. They will have a home game against Ellett. And then they will await the winner of Akron, St. Vincent, St. Mary, and Highland for their second round game. And that'll be at the high seeds venue. So if Canfield wins and Highland wins, it'll be at Highland. They're the 9 versus Canfield's 13. This district championship game, if Canfield were to reach it, is going to be held in Parma. So then we go D3 Northeast 2. See how this one shakes out. We have Salem right there. They'll have the sectional semifinal, and they'll have the home one. They're the 37 seed versus the 44. Home against Benedictine on the 15th at 7 o'clock. Winner gets to take on Westlake, the 5 seed. We go down to Olmsted Falls down here along with Hoban, who will play on Olmsted Falls. That'll be in Olmsted Falls as the 19 versus 32. Harvey and Worcester down there. And then last on the bracket is Roosevelt against CVCA. Northeast 3 from D3. We have Mayfield right there. They will play the Akron Garfield. Revere awaiting the winner of that one. Bedford and Willoughby South. Aurora and Ashtabula Lakeside. So Lakeside will go to Aurora. 50 versus 8. And then we have Midview against Howland. Howland, the 12 seed. They'll have a home game against Midview. If Aurora wins, they'll have to travel to Aurora for the district semifinal. As the 8 seed, Aurora has the go ahead there. The highest seed that Howland will have to deal with in this bracket, of course, is the 3rd seeded Revere team, which they would meet in the district championships if both teams were to advance. And this one will be at Ravenna if Howland gets there. Northeast 4, as I believe we're still looking for Louisville. Brush, Streetsboro right there. Twinsburg with the bye. Padua Franciscan against Firestone, Chardon against Copley, and then you have Rocky River against Lutheran West. So no YSN teams in this one. So let's go to Northeast 4, right? No, Northeast 5. We have Madison against Garrett Morgan. They'll play Mineral Lake Catholic, the winner of that game. Geneva will play Northwest. Alliance against Marlington. Hawken against Louisville. There's Louisville down there. They'll be traveling to Hawken on the 17th. And they will go into a district semifinal at the high seed spot. If Louisville wins, they still can't host no matter what, because Alliance and Marlington are both higher seeds than them, 21 versus 20. So no matter what, Louisville can't get a home game. In the district semis, and the district championship is going to be at Mayfield High School. And that'll do it for Division 3. Let's go look at the seedings for Division 4 and see how they played out. Remember, this is boys soccer. Reminder, if you're just tuning in, we're going over the boys soccer tournament schedule and seedings. Division 4 has Beechwood as the 1 field, Orville, Norway. Hubbard comes in as the 5th seed. You have Canton South, Poland, Firelands, Gilmore Academy, Mooney, Osborne, Bay Village Bay, Chagrin Falls, West Branch, Lutheran West, Wellington, Elyria Catholic, Ursuline. You have Manchester, Lakeview, Fairview, Orange, West Geauga, Girard, Coventry, Ravenna, Edgewood, Conneaut, Brookside, St. Joe's, Jefferson, Perry, Holy Name, Triway, Keystone, Woodridge, Niles, Liberty, Garrettsville, Garfield, Crestview, and then St. Martin, rounding out the seedings in Division 4. Go look at the Division 4 brackets, and we'll start with Northeast 1. And you have Edgewood with the semifinal here. They're going to try to win for the opportunity to play Oroville. Louisville will host that game as the higher seed, 27 versus 28 against Conneaut. Geneva versus Perry, that is going to be 32 versus 26. Perry going to Geneva. The winner there will play the field. You have down here Mooney going to have the home game against Triway. Canton South has the bye. They will play the winner of Ursuline and Keystone. That'll be on October 15th. Semifinals are on the 19th, and the sectional finals are on the 19th. District semifinals will be at the high host venue, and the district championship game will be at Avon Lake. So let's go into Northeast 2. From Division 4, we see the top line in the semifinal for sectionals, Manchester against Girard. Girard will travel to Manchester. Those are the 19 seed versus the 24. Winner will go on to play Fairview, the 21 seed. So if Girard wins, it'll still be at Fairview, as they would be the higher seed. Beechwood is the 1 seed right there. They will play St. Martin. Down here you have Andrews Osborne against Liberty. West Branch has a bye. They await the winner of Elyria Catholic and Woodridge. West Branch is the 14 seed, so they will host either way, no matter who wins that sectional semi. We go to Northeast 3 in Division 4. And the top line of the bracket has West Geauga against Holy Name, and Firelands awaits the winner of that. Chagrin Falls against Orange. Orange will be on the road against 13-seeded Chagrin Falls. Poland, going to be the 7 seed. They have the home game against Garrettsville Garfield. And then the Niles has a bye. They await the winner of Bay Village Bay against Brookside. If Bay wins, Niles will be on the road. Actually, they'll be on the road either way, as both teams are higher seeds than the Dragons. District semifinals will be at the high seeds venue. This district championship will be at Avon Lake, just like the last one. Final bracket in Division 4, we go to Northeast 4, and it looks like this. Lakeview has the sectional semifinal. They'll have the home game against Jefferson. Winner goes on to play Hubbard, the 5 seed, with a bye. Clearview down there against Norwayne, excuse me. So if numbers play out, it'll be 4 versus 5 in the district semifinal. Lutheran West got here with a matchup against Coventry. And then down in the bottom of the bracket, Gilmore Academy, they await the winner of Wellington and Villa Anna St. Joe's. So that does it for Division 4. One more division. Let's go into Division 5, see how this one lines up. We have United as the 1 seed, and then Lake Center Christian gets the 2. Champion, the 3, Smithville. Kidron Central Catholic, Kirtland. Lake Ridge Academy, Open Door Christian. Oberlin, Jackson Milton, Badger, Rootstown. Crestwood, Columbiana. Mohawk. Camel Memorial. Bristol, Crestview, Berkshire, Wycliffe, Grand Valley, Cleveland Central Catholic, Northwestern, Warren JFK, Tuslaw, Cornerstone Christian, Middle Ridge, Cuyahoga Heights, South Range, Columbia, Bard Early College, Waynedale, Waterloo, Chippewa, Trinity, Southeast, LeBray, Medina Christian Academy, Newton Falls, Brooklyn, Brookfield, Independence, Matthews, St. Thomas Aquinas, Heartland Christian, Lawnville, Pymatuning Valley, Rittman, Campus International, Lordstown, and Shaw. There are a total of 50 teams in this Northeast District of Division 5, I'm sorry. Let's go look at the brackets in Division 5. We'll start with Northeast 1. South Range has the sectional semifinal. They'll have the home game against 29th seeded Columbia. That'll be on the 15th at 7 o'clock. Winner goes on to play Canton Central Catholic, and it'll be on the road either way, whoever wins that. United is the 1 seed. They have the sectional final against Campus International. Columbiana has a matchup with Bristol. Camel, with a bye, they will play the winner of Crestview and Warren JFK. 17 versus 23 in that matchup, so it will be at Crestview for those sectional semifinals. Let's go to Division 5, Northeast 2. And Trinity has the matchup with Bard Early College. Winner gets to play Smithville. Lawnville down there against Northwestern. Rootstown against Heartland Christian. And then down here at the bottom, Berkshire will play Pymatuning Valley. And the winner will go on to play Badger. And that will be at Badger either way, as they are the high seed out of the 3. High seeds host district semifinals, and district championship of this bracket will be held, like the last one, at Gilmore Academy. Division 5, Northeast 3 looks like this. Waynedale and Medina Christian at the top. The winner goes on to play Lake Center Christian. At Cuyahoga Heights against Brooklyn. Kirtland against Lordstown. And then Grand Valley will have the bye. They await the winner of Wycliffe and St. Thomas Aquinas. If Wycliffe wins, that game will be in Wycliffe, as they are the 19 versus the 20. District semifinals will be held at the high seeds host, and the district championship game will also be at Gilmore Academy. Two more brackets, I should say, in Division 5. So we go to Northeast 4. Newton Falls has the semifinal against Independence. Newton Falls will be home for that one. Winner goes on to play champion. You have Jackson Milton. They have the 10 seed. They will play at home against Southeast. Mineral Ridge, they have a home game against LeBray. And then Kidron Central Christian awaits the winner of Waterloo and Brookfield. That'll be in Waterloo as the 32 versus 49. District semifinals will be at the high seeds host, and the district championship game for this bracket will be in Boardman. Final one, Northeast 5, Division 5. You have Tuslaw. They will play Doylestown Chippewa. Winner goes on to play Crestwood. Lake Ridge Academy has a matchup with Shaw. You have Open Door Christian and Rittman. Oberlin awaits the winner of Cornerstone Christian and Matthews. So no YSN teams to worry about in Northeast 5. District championship game of this one will be played at Boardman, just like the last one. So that is your boys soccer kind of tournament preview. We've gone over the seeds, gone over the brackets. Maybe next week we'll bring on one of our soccer announcers. We'll talk about what the tournament looks like, who has good chances to make a run, et cetera, et cetera. But what we're going to do right now is we're going to quickly preview the night ahead. So let me bring the scoreboard back up. Bear with me. All right, here's the scoreboard brought to you by Burnett Pool Spas and Hot Tubs. Let's scroll down to the bottom and get tonight's date up on the screen. Tonight is October 8th. And here's how the day looks. We start in volleyball. As Chagrin Falls will go on the road against Perry. Camel goes to McDonald. East Palestine goes to Lisbon. Western Reserve goes to Middle Ridge. Battle for red versus blue as East Liverpool takes on Beaver Local. Lakeside takes on Conneaut. Girard goes to Salem as they try to bounce back from their loss last night. Hubbard goes to West Branch. We have Edgewood hosting Madison. JFK hosting Badger. Boardman will host Howland. That should be flipped. Brookfield will go to Garrettsville Garfield. East goes to Mooney. Jackson Milton will be at Lowville. LeBray and Crestview playing each other. Liberty will play South Range tomorrow. That was originally scheduled for tonight, but it is going to be tomorrow against South Range on senior night. Matthews will travel to Niles. Beaver gets the matchup against Newcastle. Valley Christian will be playing United. Warren Harding will be going to Austintown Fitch. Waterloo will be going to Sebring. Newton Falls goes to Champion. We have River against Wellsville in the OVAC. Same thing with Heartland Christian and Bellsville. And then Mohawk will be on the road against Beaver Falls. Boys soccer, New Philadelphia goes to Louisville. Poland goes to South Range. Hoban goes to Walsh. We have Mohawk hosting Keystone Oaks. Fitch goes to Warren Harding. Howland goes to Boardman. We have St. Vincent St. Mary at Canfield. JFK will be taking on Lake Center Christian. West Branch at United. Grand Valley at Edgewood. Bristol goes to Pie Valley. Niles goes to Girard, and Lakeview goes to Hubbard. In girls soccer, just 4 matchups tonight. We'll have Lakeside and Jefferson, Bristol and Pymatuning Valley, United at Badger, and Salem going to Beaver Local. So that is what the scoreboard looks like. I'll scroll back up to the top and we'll go over what game's going to be on the network tonight, what you can go watch at ysnlive.com. And the broadcast schedule tonight looks like this. We will have Orange, Chagrin Falls at Perry. Perry School will be taking care of that. Ty Bartel will be in McDonald for Campbell and McDonald. Rick Daly will be at Lisbon for their matchup with East Palestine. I will be in Middle Ridge for Western Reserve and Ridge. Angelina Capabianca will be on the call with me. Wellsville and River will be covered by Gary Leininger. And then Larry Jennings has you covered for Madison and Edgewood. Two boys soccer games on the docket tonight. Louisville will be covered by Rob Johnson. Matt Marr will be in Girard for their matchup with Niles. Don't forget that we also have live sports shows tonight as South Range Sports Show at D'Angelo's with DJ Oakley. We'll have the Springfield Sports Show at the Tigers Table with Steve Leslie and Noah Doty. We'll have the Ursuline Sports Show with Tim Corso at the Golden Dawn. And Matt Marr will have you with the Poland Matt Marr. I think it's supposed to be Matt Romeo. Has you with the Poland show at the Bulldog. So that'll do it for today's episode of Running Point. We want to thank you so much for tuning in today. All the views we have great views. In fact, right now we're close to 100 live views. So we want to thank every single one of you for tuning in today to our Tuesday episode. We appreciate it so much. And we will be back here tomorrow with Scotty Mincher as my sidecar. And that'll be a fun time, as it always is with Scotty. Check out all the games tonight. Once again, ysnlive.com/live is where you can find those games. And we will be back here tomorrow, 1 to 2, running